Alright, everybody, welcome back to the Great Jimbabwe play Slay the Spire, the one last ride playthrough. Got back on track last time. Got a win as the Silent. I think we're going to stick with the smaller text. We do have the option to turn off the big text last time. I'm going to leave it that way. I like that the text fits on the cards. If we get feedback otherwise, we might switch back. One thing I haven't pointed out yet is custom mode remains locked until you play a daily climb. Maybe at some point we'll give a daily a try, but I'm not a daily climb player most of the time. I play it from time to time, but I like to play the standard and go for typical wins. So we have Ascension unlocked for both the Ironclad and the Silent. Let's give the Defect a shot. Haven't played the Defect yet, and I think it's time we play our inaugural Defect run in our one last ride playthrough. Let's do it. I mentioned in one of my other videos that I think the Defect is definitely an interesting and fun mechanic. I don't know that he's the strongest character, but I always have a good time playing him. Let's take a look at the map. We do have the first three enemies have 1 HP option. See lots of question marks on this path. I see a potential snipe. Couple potential snipes. We do have a shop on this pass. We could go 1, 2, 3. We'd need to get 2 non-combat question marks. That might be the best we can do. I think 4 question marks for the snipe is pretty unlikely. All right, well, we're gonna try to snipe again in the spirit of what we've done in some of our other runs. Start at this node here. So we're back at 1 in a row. We're going for the record this run. Let's see what we're offered here. It's quite a few good defect cards right out of the gate. So genetic algorithm, gain 1 block, permanently increase the card's block by 2. I think the upgrade makes that increase even higher. Yep, by 3. Hologram, gain 3 block, put a card from your discard pile into your hand, and it exhausts. I think the upgrade makes this not exhaust. Yep. And then aggregate, gain energy for every 4 cards in your draw pile. I think this is a great card. We don't have much to go with this right now, and our deck is not a lot of cards in it yet. So I think floor 1 genetic algorithm is the pick here. I think being able to increase your block every fight, basically the entire run, is very strong. So we'll take genetic algorithm, even though that goes against our early damage principle. Oh, it's our first encounter with the golden idol. You come across an inconspicuous pedestal with a shining gold idol sitting peacefully atop. It looks incredibly valuable. Sure don't see any traps nearby. There's a little nod to our favorite adventure explorer, Indiana Jones. I typically take the idol. I think there is a downside associated with this. As you grab the idol and stow it away, a giant boulder smashes through the ceiling and the ground next to you. You realize that the floor is slanted downwards as the boulder starts to roll towards you. We can take a curse. We can take some immediate damage, but no long-term permanent downside. Or we can take the permanent 6 HP. I almost never take the curse here. I think just taking a curse is an order of magnitude worse than the other 2 options most of the time. On an Ironclad, I would probably take Smash, and I still might do that here. I think at full health, taking some damage. The defect does have some ways to get HP back during floor fights, and if we get relics offered to us that help our HP, we can always go with one of those. I'm going to take the damage. So we're going to head into our first shop. We have a little bit of gold. Let's see what our options are. We can't afford a relic. Old snap. Start the orb builds. For those of you who haven't played the defect before, the general premise is you channel these little orbs that have different impacts on the fight. So Frost Orb gives you some block. Lightning Orb does damage. Dark Orb, kind of a variation of damage. And then there's, I think, a Plasma Orb gives you energy, and I think that's all of them. I think we're going to save our money for now. Potion's a little tempting. Let's save our money. We have the golden idol. I think our next shop will be Okay, so we get a couple new cards here. Still no obvious damage dealers. Blizzard deals damage equal to 2 times the number of frost channeled this combat to all enemies. I think this is not one of the better rare cards in the defects deck, which is interesting because I do think frost is very good, but this is a little slow to me. We can channel 1 plasma, which gives you energy at the cost of 2 energy to play this. I think the upgrade takes that down to 1. Yes, it does. And then cool-headed, channel frost, and draw a card. I think for a common, I think cool-headed is pretty good. In fact, it might be good enough to take. I think we've got to start taking something. Anything is better than the base deck. Let's see what we get here. Okay, another new event for us. The Ominous Forge. You duck into a small hut. Inside, you find what appears to be a forge. The smithing tools are covered with dust, yet a fire roars inside the furnace. You feel on edge. We can get an upgrade. No downside. Or we can obtain a special relic at the cost of a curse, which is pain. We can choose to do nothing. I don't think I've ever taken that option. But, let's see. Lose 1 HP whenever you play another card. This is a very, severe downside. But we are early in the run. And I'm looking at the map here. No obvious way to remove pain. I think the relic you get gives you an upgraded card in your hand every turn, which is incredibly strong. Oh yeah, there you go. Warp Tongs. At the start of your turn, upgrade a random card in your hand for the rest of combat. Pretty good. With no obvious way to take the curse out, I'm going to upgrade a card in our deck. We'll make Zap 0 cost and play that every time it comes around. And we will get our snipe, so we've been pretty lucky on the snipe so far. And free Gremlin Knob, always good to see. This is one of the relics that we unlocked last time we played, when we won as the Silent. Tiny chest. Every 4th question mark room is a treasure room. I don't think this is one of the stronger relics. It takes no immediate benefit. I think that's a consistent theme in Slay the Spire. If you can't get a power boost right away, I think those tend to be bad unless they're extremely strong boons. But we will take it nonetheless. Fan favorite Claw. Deal 3 damage. Increase the damage of all Claw cards by 2 this combat. We also get Capacitor. Gives us some more orb slots. We don't have a lot of way to gain orbs yet, but there's a lot of ways that Capacitor can break the run for defect. And then Charge Battery. 7 block and some energy. You know, I know the fans want to see Claw, and the whole point of this is to do this for the fans. Let's just say Claw. Give the people what they want. That's what I say. We get a combat out of the question mark room. I don't think there's any downside to playing genetic algorithm. We actually probably should have been whipping that around in our free fights in hindsight, but those are the kind of mistakes we're going to continue to see until I remember some of the finer details of Slay the Spire. Let's see, 6 damage. We can throw our Claw out there, and this will full block with our Frost Orb over here. So the idea here is that Frost Orb, you can do 2 free block passively if you evoke it, and think of this as like a little circle. As things push orbs out of the circle, they get more powerful effects. So 3 damage passively with the Lightning Orb, but 8 damage if you evoke it. So keep an eye out for those themes. I think we can spend one of our Lightning Orbs, do some damage here. And we're going to win this fight. Yeah, I was really surprised that I thought for sure I would roll through at least the non-Ascension runs without any issue. I thought there would be easy wins. We did kind of push our luck in that Silent run, so good to be back on track. Let's see what our options here are here. We can challenge another elite. We don't have a ton of damage. I think we'll take the campfire and fight this elite up here. Make our attacks a little better. Early upgrade to genetic algorithm seems pretty good. I think we're lacking in damage, though. Let's make... Yeah, let's make Claw better. If we're going to do it, let's do it. Let's lean into it. Oddly smooth stone at the start of each combat, or start each combat with 1 dexterity, which will make our blocks better. Particularly blocks that pop more than once. I don't think the defect has a whole lot of ways to do that. I think oddly smooth stone tends to be better on the silent. Maybe even the watcher. Let's throw out our blocks here. We are going to take a little bit of damage. Not much we can do about that. We could have played Essence of Steel if we wanted to, but I don't think it's a critical situation by any stretch. Let's see. Can we get this guy here? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. See what we get. Cold Snap, 6 damage, 1 frost. Okay, a little bit more orb options there. Double energy, doubles your energy. Pretty straightforward. I think the upgrade mix is free. Yep. And then Sweeping Beam, 6 damage to all enemies and draw a card. And then, well, didn't mean to click that, but I probably would have taken it anyway. I think we are missing some damage. And I think a little AoE goes a long way against some of these upcoming fights. So, a little bit of an error there, not the end of the world. And honestly, getting that against the sentries, not a bad thing at all. So let's get to it. Sentries, I don't think we've seen them yet. I try to take out one of the edge sentries first. The pattern here is the middle one attacks first, and then the outer ones attack together. So you can avoid the double damage turns. And that goes a long way. All right, I think we'll throw out Ball Lightning. Looking good. 1 damage. Not bad. Could have played Essence of Steel. Maybe should be a little more aggressive with that. So I don't think we can. We would have to get lucky. I think I'm going to play Gambler's Brew and keep Dual Cast. Let's see if we can take out that 1 sentry with a Sweeping Beam. And the misplays are brutal, guys. I hit discard instead of use. I was thinking in my head, just hear me out. I was thinking discard cards, but oh well. Live and learn. Okay, so we're gonna take some damage here thanks to another bonehead mistake. I don't think that's a run losing mistake at this Ascension level, but let's not do that again. Draw one of our days. I think at the cost of 1 damage, I'm willing to take this guy down. No way to block, might as well play out. You know, I talked in our first video a little bit about why the Great Jimbabwe, and I gave that a little bit more thought over the past couple days. Still don't have a great answer. Not sure it was anything other than I just thought the name sounded a little funny. I did mention that some of the other names I was considering were a little bit like related to TV shows I like. So one had my username on PlayStation has Vandalay in it. For those who are Seinfeld fans, you'll know kind of Liar George's alias on Seinfeld. So I still thought about that, but then I thought, you know, I wanted to be a little more my own thing. I don't want to just copy a TV show. So I had some nicknames along the way in my life. Decided to use one of those instead. Let's see. We do get offered several different ways to draw cards. Draw 3 cards. Pretty straightforward. Machine Learning at the start of your turn, draw 1 additional card. You can also channel X Lightning. So it's a way to get a lot of lightning out quickly. We also got the Anchor. Start each combat with 10 block. Never going to complain about free block at the beginning of a fight. Machine Learning is one of those cards that I think it's good. It's good. It's hard to. It's another deferred benefit though. You got to play it, you got to draw it, and then you start getting extra cards. So that's a little tough for me. Make it innate. Coming up on a boss fight here. I'm going to take Machine Learning. You know, I'm going to assume our friends over at the Slay the Spire Mega Crit development team know what they're doing when they make that a gold, so let's take it. Sweeping beam, see what we get. But yeah, Seinfeld definitely one of my I mean, it's not it's definitely my favorite all-time TV show. Just such an easy watch, always funny. And a lot like Slay the Spire in the sense that I feel like every time I go through it, there's like a little something happening that I didn't notice before that just makes it all the better. Let's see, we're gonna take him down to 35 here. I think we can split them. Yeah, there's just so many subtle jokes and little things you don't pick up on. Let's see. Got 8 damage incoming here. Block that. I don't think we need machine learning. I know we have a chance to draw it again, but I think we're going to be able to knock these guys out pretty easily with our lightning orbs involved. And there we go. Looking good. We've taken some damage on this floor. We do get a potion. We'll take the second claw. I think 2 to 3 claws tends to be the right balance. I don't want to fall into the trap of taking, you know, 7, 8 claws and it's all we get. I don't think it's as beneficial as you might think when you're first starting the game. Let's smith. Let's get both claws upgraded. Keep that damage high. Alright, so we're damage incoming, but we do get the benefit of the anchor. Draw machine learning on the first turn. I'll throw it out there with anchor protecting us. So now we'll start drawing some extra cards. Should make this fight pretty trivial. You know, 1 frost, so we get another card, and we can claw again. There we go. We get a block potion. Happy to have that. Glacier, very strong card. Gain 7 block to get 2 frost. I think Glacier is one of the stronger cards in the defects pool for sure. Let's see. Streamline. Deal 15 damage, reduces cards cost by 1 this combat. And then Beam Cell is another 0 cost, but apply vulnerable. I think Beam Cell goes with what we're doing here. I think we have some decent ways to block. I'm going to take Beam Cell. If we see Glacier again offered in a future combat reward, we might take it. I think we have this fight well covered. I think we go ahead. Let's take the extra vulnerable. And, you know, if things get sticky, we have 3 potions. I think we're looking just fine. Machine learning turn 1. Very nice against the boss. Full-headed, and then we'll do a little damage. 24, you know, might be a little high for us to be able to do in 1 turn. 21, I guess, with the lightning, but let's see. We do get the option to vulnerable. I think we can break them here. Very nice. Some other TV shows I like. Let's think about that. I mean, I think there's all the basic ones that everybody likes. I mean, who doesn't like to watch, you know, Parks and Rec, The Office, all that good stuff. Yeah, get this guy once. Yeah, they're just easy watches, background shows. I think, you know, maybe some other ones more drama focused. Love some Game of Thrones. I love some Breaking Bad. Those are some good ones. I think that Downton Abbey is slept on by the younger generation. I think that's a great show, which is weird because it really doesn't feel like something I would typically get into, but watch that one all the way through. I think the movies are pretty good. You know what? I'm going to throw out the Essence of Steel. Let's not discard it. That will allow us to play an attack here. My wife's got me watching I'm going to call it a soap opera. I'm not sure that it's really a soap opera, but This Is Us. Kind of a tearjerker at times, a little bit of a sad show. But it's good. I'm definitely enjoying watching it with her. Nice beam cell for free. We're going to take a little damage here. That's okay. Lose some of our plated armor. The plated armor, every time you take unblocked damage, starts to whittle down. But our claws will start getting stronger here. Do a little bit more free damage. I think we're going to be just fine surviving this fight. Got enough block to throw out a couple more attacks. I'll dual cast. I mentioned I have a Switch 2. I was able to clear all of the Mario Kart World Grand Prix with 3 stars. So I'm off to a good start. I am finding Knockout Tour to be a little bit more challenging. I'm not quite following how you get a 3-star score. I did get one. But I guess you have to be in first at the end of each leg of the race. That's what it feels like is happening to me. Thinking here. Yeah, there we go. Not sure. I didn't think I was in first for all legs of the one I got 3 stars on, but maybe I'm just misremembering. Take a little more damage here, but we should be able to take this guy down. Hopefully this will be as easy as just ending our turn. No, we win with Claw. And there we go. First floor down. Good start with the defect. Glad we spent our potion. Fairy in a bottle. Happy to have it. 425 gold too, so time to hit a shop. We do have a little bit more going for us in the relic department this time. All right, 3 strong options here. I'm trying to think what cards are not included in the defect starting pool. The buffer prevents the next time you lose HP. Multicast, evoke your next orb X times, and seek. Put 1 card from your draw pile into your hand. All 3 good. I think I've ruled out multicast in my head. I think it can be good, especially if you have Chemical X. This can go insane. The upgrade here at +1. Okay. Buffer, very strong. Being able to kind of block a big attack of your choosing. I think 2 if you upgrade it. Yeah, 2 times. That's pretty good. A lot of ways to screw this up there, so I'm kind of not trusting myself not to hurt ourselves at some point and ruin our buffer. Seek, to me, is one of the best cards in the defects pool. I mean, there's just really very few situations where Seek is not good. Basically, is any card you want it to be in with the upgrade. I think it's 2 cards. It's just insanely strong. We're going to take Seek. Talk myself into it. Let's see what we get in the relic departments. Couple of new ones here. We still get the Astrolabe, so we saw that one last time, or maybe 2 times ago. Transform 3 cards and upgrade them. We haven't removed anything yet, so this can be good here. And the defect in particular doesn't get much out of their starting strikes, so something to consider. Replaces Cracked Core. If you end your turn with any empty orb slots, channel 1 Frost. So rewards more orb slots. Also ensures that you don't have too many empty slots at any given time. You also get the Calling Bell upon pickup. Obtain a unique curse and 3 relics. 3 relics, just an immense plus up. I think the curse is another one that's just not removable. Astrolabe, pretty interesting to me. I think I'm ready to try the Astrolabe this time. Forgive me on the pronunciation there. I think it's Astrolabe. It might be Astrolabe, but somebody tell me the right answer. I think we'll just get rid of strikes. Let's see, what did we get? That's looking pretty good to me. We get an upgraded beam cell, which is fine. Goes on brand with our claws. White noise upgraded is free. You get a random power that costs 0. And then upgraded creative AI is a cheaper creative AI at the end of, or at the start of your turn, add a random power card to your hand. So we have a lot going for us in the power department now. So we can look for some synergies there. We do lack energy. I usually like to try to get an energy relic at the end of the first act. basically at all costs. We were not offered one there. So trying something a little different. We do have a lot of zero cost cards though, so that kind of balances out. Keep an eye out for power synergies. It's really easy to build power builds with the defect. I think trap you can fall into is if you only go that way and you have nothing else going for you. If you get the awakened one on Act 3, that can be a tough fight. I'm not saying it's not winnable still, but definitely the hardest of the possibilities there. I think I want to go this way and hit this shop. We just have enough gold now that I think a shop is mandatory. So maybe we hit these 3 floor fights, a couple question marks, and a campfire. And we do have the option to fight an elite up here. 2 action. Well, several options. Yeah, let's try this one out. Okay, we can block this for free. Always good. We'll get our free power. Whenever you receive unblocked attack damage, channel lightning. That's fine. How cool-headed. And we get creative AI. That was the risk we ran there. But that's okay. Could have dual casted. I'm going to count on us evoking these. We're about to get a major debuff here. Penalizes skills and powers. So if we have a power or a skill that we want to play, now's the time. Let's get machine learning out there while we can play it for free. Okay. This is a pretty easy decision. This hand kind of plays itself. 14 block, but we can get even more. We can upgrade it permanently here at the cost of a daze. I think with machine learning, we can go ahead and play it. I'm going to play Snecko, I think. Let's try to end this fight. Can we end this fight? We might not be able to end this fight. Does beam cell and then a strike do it? 4, 6, no. Well, yes, it will, because we have lightning, so I think this... There we go. Nice. Glad we thought that one through. We get an energy potion, which is great. While we don't have an energy relic, now we have a way to mitigate that at least one time. Haven't seen FTL yet. Deal 5 damage if you have less than 3 cards, or if you've played less than 3 cards this turn, draw a card. Seems like it kind of fits our zero cost theme. I don't want to lean too hard that direction. I think we have some uncertainty on where we're going here. Okay. The artifact or the spirit guardian going to come into play here, but still, let's start whittling that down. Electrodynamics, one of my favorite defect cards, causes all lightning to hit all enemies. Not a factor here, but still happy to have the lightning orbs. Not a bad first turn. Let's see. I think Seek is fine here. So what am I getting into today? Well, gotta finish out work. Doing this at lunchtime, so just kind of filling in a gap here. But I think tonight we'll probably take the kids out for a little walk. We have a nice walkable neighborhood. We have a little grocery store shopping center that's easily walking distance from our house. So I could see us maybe doing something like that tonight. A couple of playgrounds in our neighborhood, so I feel like our kids are due for a trip to the slide park, as we call it. My wife definitely has a good time watching our 2 kids play on the slide. Our younger one, I've been trying to get him to throw a baseball. He's a little too small for it. But he loves pushing that baseball down the slide, so maybe we'll do something like that. I don't think we need anything here. Charge battery's a little bit interesting. More energy and some block. I think that I'm going to try some charge battery. We want the fear potion over a potion. I think no, because our source of damage is not impacted by vulnerable for the most part. I'm going to skip that potion. Okay, 2 enemies here. We got the bird and a chosen, one of the disciples there. All right. Can block here, so I think we seek creative AI. Let's get that out here. We will eventually be penalized for it, so if we can get a power or 2 out early, probably enough to tilt this fight our way. But yeah, I'm definitely known to be a work through lunch kind of guy, even if it's a, might be regular work task depending on the day. I also will do some of my little side projects in there. I run one of the fantasy football leagues. So I do some of that work during that time. I had a little side business for a while. I might work that during lunchtime from time to time. And every once in a while, I just am not working from home. I end up just at the office doing some tasks there. Nothing wrong with that. I think it would be unreasonable of me to complain. I know a lot of people are back in offices these days, so I feel their pain. We did not hit the bird. We want a storm. I'm going to play storm and take a little damage. We'll see that turns out to be the wise decision. Okay. We're going pretty hard on some powers here, so we do take out the bird. I'm going to throw out the block potion. Let's mitigate some of this damage. I don't think I'm willing to add a 4th daze in our draw pile. That seems like a lot. Even with 2 machine learning, that's a lot of dazed. Yeah, I know the job market seems tough right now. Not, I'm pretty happy where I'm at, but it seems that a lot of people are having trouble, maybe making a switch out of a situation they don't like, or just finding anything available at all. I know you see all these reports that the companies have added 0 jobs or taken jobs away over the past 12 months. Kind of crazy, but the only real direct experience I have noticing that kind of stuff, I used to get pinged by recruiters pretty frequently. I mean, a couple times a week frequently, and now not so much. At first, I thought it was maybe something I did, but now I'm thinking I'm not the only one noticing things like that. So, to everybody watching, I hope you're doing okay. Hang in there. All right, we took a little damage there. That's okay. We're getting to the point where aggregate is interesting to me. It's re-upgraded too. Kill channel 1 frost for each enemy in combat, and then exhaust. And then claw. I mean, guys, claw just doesn't work later on. If we're gonna do it, we got to do it now. Higher ascensions will punish claw builds, I think. Let's get some stuff. I mean, all for one, put all 0-cost cards from your discard pile back into your hand. It's hard to argue with that. That seems like a perfect fit for what we're doing. The question becomes, do we want to take the molten egg, which will upgrade all for one, I think, which just does more damage? Not that important, and I don't see us adding that many more attacks. Strength borderline doesn't matter for the defect in our case. I mean, I guess we're scaling up claw, but I mean, is that extra 2 strength in limited fights worth 150 gold? I don't think so. Let's take all for one. Let's remove our last strike. I feel like those good habits are starting to pay off. This deck is looking pretty good to me. Now, I think I'll question mark campfire, and 270 gold is enough to do something at a shop, I think. The old beggar. An old beggar cloaked in fur reaches his hands out towards you as you pass. Spare some coin, child? We can offer 75 gold and remove a card from our deck. I think that's worth it. 75 gold is, cheaper than we're going to pay at the shop now. And it's our friend Cleric. The beggar takes off his cloak to reveal that he is Cleric. You are a kind soul. Receive my purification, he screams. You are unsure if he is grateful or mad. He's holding 2 orbs in the picture. I think we cut a basic defend. Let's hit the campfire. Upgraded Seek. I think in our situation, that's pretty good. See what the shop has to offer. Ooh. Kunai would have been nice. 3 attacks, get 1 dexterity. So we had Shuriken last time. Kunai, kind of like its counterpart, the other ninja relic there, but we can't afford it. Unceasing Top, very strong on the silent in particular. Still good on the defect, especially of excess energy, but don't think that's much of a factor for us anyway. And then Dolly's Mirror. Obtain an additional copy of a card in your deck. I think this is takeable for us, because having 2 Seeks in our case that are upgraded, that seems pretty good. Let's challenge an elite. We need to keep the our power levels going here. We'll definitely take powers against these guys. Do I want to? I think I'm going to hold genetic algorithm for now. So they're doing 13. Yeah, so we can charge battery. Let's make sure we can play what we get next turn. So this summer, I had a list of movies going in that I was going to go check out. And I kind of sent it to my little family group chat. And I was like, who's going to come see them with me? And we saw quite a few. I did miss a couple of them so far. The one that really jumps out, I think Weapons, I've heard is good. And I haven't had a chance to go see that yet. So, not too late, though. I can still do it. See if we can take out at least one of these guys. Okay, good. I think I'm willing to pop our energy potion here. Let's get a cool headed out. I don't want to up that guy's strength. I mean, I guess we just play everything here, right? So we can hit this guy once. We do have the fairy in a bottle. But yeah, Weapons still on my list to see. I did see Superman. I saw Mission Impossible. I thought Superman I thought they killed it. I thought it was really good. Yeah, we can seek here. We can seek all these cards, right? Yeah, they went back to a more joyful Superman. I don't think I'm the only one with that opinion of the movie, but thought they nailed it. It was good. Look at all those 0-cost cards back in our hand. That's looking real good. Gonna bring out some more minions here. Hopefully we're 1 turn away from taking this guy down. There we go. We took some damage there. We are 36, about half health. Interesting one. Bottled Flame. Choose an attack and start each combat with this card in your hand. I think Bottled Flame, there's other counterparts that let you start with a skill or a power. I think Bottled Flame is the worst of those 3, pretty much without any doubt. Do I even want it? Drawing an upgraded claw, starting with an upgraded claw seems fine. We'll do it because we're doing the claw deck, but that's not necessarily the relic I was looking for there. Matrushka. The next 2 non-boss chests you open contain 2 relics. Not bad. I think it's kind of a mid to low tier relic, and especially when we're past floors, the floor's chest. That's potentially only one more opportunity to pop Matrushka. Consume is definitely good. We don't have capacitor though, right? We got it from creative AI. So consume lets you get rid of one of your orb slots at the cost of, or at the gain of some focus. So you eat an orb slot and you gain 2 focus, which makes your orbs better. I think with no capacitor, and we're not really leaning on our orbs to win the fights for us at this point. Let's skip it. Save our money for now. Let's challenge another elite with the fairy in a bottle. Oh, well, not only did Matrushka potentially help us here, but the tiny chest paying off at the right time. And speaking of other bottle, I think meal ticket would have been nice to have that floor go when you enter a shop, gain 15 HP. But bottled lightning, choose a skill and start each combat with that card in your hand. This is much stronger than bottled flame, especially in our case where we have upgraded seek, which basically means bottled lightning is any 2 cards we want. Turn 1. That's pretty great. And I think in our case, it's just we play 3 0-cost cards. We seek out all for 1. Maybe our other claw. How about our other seek? There we go. This pattern is coming back to me. Let's take our other claw. And we have 3 energy still. We could play creative. No. If we want to play all for 1, we can't play creative. Yeah, let's take white noise. Electro, very strong. Let's upgrade genetic algorithm, and this guy's going to go down here. I think that last treasure chest might be what we were looking for. Reinforced body, very strong card. 9 block X times. This is pre-upgraded too, which is pretty nice. Whenever you receive unblocked attack damage, channel 2 lightning, and then we have another cold snap. I continue with the theme of reading cards in a bizarre order. I don't know why I'm going... That wasn't even right to left. That was like right, left, middle. Maybe I see the cards that jump out at me as takeable. Reinforced body is pretty good. We have a lot of 0-cost cards. Let's take it. That solves our block problem, which is not so much of a problem anymore, but solves our block situation for the foreseeable future. Try the same pattern here. Can this show me my hand? Is that what this is? Oh, nice. We have charge battery. Bit of a tough call here. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to take beam cell and white noise. Buffer for free, always good. More claw. We'll charge battery here. Nothing wrong with that. Six times 3. We do have buffer. No harm in playing claw. Genetic algorithm, full blocks. Draw. Headed. That's machine learning. And I think we have a pretty good shot to get out of this with most of our HP intact. 21. Didn't need to block there, actually, but that's okay. And there we go. The ornamental fan. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block. I think that's pretty good. We have a lot of opportunities to play 3 attacks, that's for sure. Hologram is interesting. Puts a card from your discard pile back into your hand. Gain block equal to the number of cards in your discard pile. Like hologram. We're getting to that point where I don't think we need to add much more to our deck. We have Seek and All for 1 too. Wow. Pretty good draw. add more zero cost. We can block this damage too. And Anchor is really, I think I played that a little bit out of order, but that's okay. We do have this guy done. And so far, this defect run seems to really be looking good. Do more damage, and then could be a turn away. Nice. Ooh, electrodynamics. Lightning now hits all enemies. I know this is not a zero-cost card, but I think this is one of those situations in Slay the Spire where just because you're building a certain way, it doesn't mean you have to take every single card that fits that build. Go for the eyes, deal 3 damage, and make the enemy weak if they attempt to attack. I'm taking Electro. We have Fairy in a bottle. I feel like we win this fight fast enough that we can Smith again. Generally speaking, if you can Smith and Slay the Spire, make your deck a little bit stronger, you want to do it. And we have some scaling here. I want Hologram to not go away. I kind of think the Exhaust is okay. We really just wanted to get our claws whipping around a little faster. But once we get through it one time, I think we're kind of good to go. 3 claws. Let's be smart here. Definitely all for 1. I think a beam cell goes a long way here. Let's think again. We will not be able to play creative AI. I have to remember that. I guess we just take more zero cost. Hologram a little tempting here. I think I'd rather draw that when we can play all for 1 again. How much some machine learning? Let's get that out here. Play Zap. Get some lightning. And the nice thing about Claw is not hard to figure out what you need to do. It's a pretty good start against the champ. Buffer's fine. You could have held it, but I don't think it stays zero cost forever. Alright, so we're hoping to draw Hologram next turn. We did get it. Very nice. No other zero cost cards, so we go ahead and play Hologram. Make this guy vulnerable. Claw, claw, claw. Yeah, genetic algorithm I think is fine. So later this week, I'm going to go play a little trivia night at the local bar. We've got a team that goes weekly, and we've been a pretty formidable group, I think, for the most part. I don't think that I am the strongest player on that team. I think I'm passable. I definitely have some knowledge in gaming, some movies, a little bit of music. And I know something, if we get like a chess question, I'm like the only person who's going to know anything about that. Definitely weak in the literature and arts department. And it always seems like they try to push at least one more artistic question. Wow, 24/2, but we do have the buffer. So we have a couple players in our team that are more equipped to answer those types of questions. So we kind of lean on them. I'm okay in things like geography, countries. I know all the state capitals, and I know some waterways. I know a lot of international capitals. I definitely don't know all of them. At one time, I knew all of the countries. Practiced that on our favorite trivia site, Sporkle, until I just memorized them all. I think we win here, right? Yeah. But not sure I could name all the countries again now. I think I would get close. What, 196? Something like that. I think I could get over 150. Maybe that's a future video, depending on how we do here. Put my money where my mouth is on the country naming. We get another machine learning. I think we have one, right? We have two. We are getting the other one from our creative AI usually. Yeah, so that's an option. We'll probably, I don't think we need another one. I think one's the right amount there. Multicast again, evoke our next orb. Amplify. I think Amplify is kind of bad, honestly. So this turn, your next power card is played twice, but it has a cost, and then the upgrade is played 2 power cards twice. This might, is this a skip? I'm trying to think if multicast has any real downside for us. I guess if we get a orb plus... I'll take a second machine learning. Not sure that's a perfect decision. I think in higher Ascension that could have been a skip, but somebody challenged me on that decision there. Let's see. We don't get offered a direct energy relic. We get the Sacred Bark, double the effectiveness of potions. We get the Empty Cage, remove 2 cards. But the Nuclear Battery, start with Plasma. Plasma gives you energy. It gives you 1 energy per turn when it's in your queue of energy, or queue of orbs. But more energy if you evoke it, but it's not permanent if you evoke it. So this is a tough one. We have 2 potions. Do we have any obvious removal targets here? We could take defends out. It's an option. We might be getting to the territory where we're adding another defend if we do that as a real consideration. I'll take the Nuclear Battery. I think early energy for us to get our more expensive cards out pays some dividends. We're going up against the Time Eater, not the worst matchup we could have had. We have that creative AI, so we can play our powers. With 300 gold, so the shop is appealing to me. Low Ascensions, you get all your HP back on the next floor, so that's nice. But I was taking a little more damage than we probably would have liked, but yeah, let's hit the shop. Let's hit a shop. All right, we'll definitely seek. We will take another seek. Now we can play creative AI, and all for one. That's pretty good. But I think Electro against this fight in particular is just too strong to ignore. You know, we'll also potentially, will we push this energy orb out, or the plasma orb out? I think we will. Okay, let's see. Let's attack the guy doing more damage. I have been told in the past that attacking the edge Darklings is better. I don't know that for sure, but I think they are the only 2 capable of hitting more than once in a turn. So I'm going to focus on that. This guy's also the only one doing damage, so I feel like even if I'm wrong about that, that's not the end of the world. I think we want to pop our plasma orb here. Okay. And since we can block, I'm not going to take that guy out. Let's try to set ourselves up for knocking all of them out at the same time. We can claw again. Yeah, leaving that guy with 1 is definitely good. Dual cast with electrodynamics, very strong. And we do not take out the first guy, but I don't think that's going to matter. Nice. I think this is a skip. So yeah, I think in the past, I kind of talked about I used my lunch hour for some of these side projects. But yeah, I did have a little side business at one time. I was doing some financial planning and cost analysis and just number crunching essentially for some smaller businesses, and it was a good little side hustle. Not working it so much anymore, but from time to time, if somebody comes in with a little project they want me to do, I'll take it on. Let's see, we can buy one of these relics. Tungsten Rod, whenever you would lose HP, lose 1 less. That's very good. Seems pretty decent against the slime, or what's the guy's name? Time Eater. He does gain strength and hit more than once, so we got the toolbox. At the start of each combat, choose 1 of 3 random colorless cards and add the chosen card to your hand. pretty decent. I was kind of mentioned earlier on that I think adding cards is pretty much always a good thing. Another hologram, though. Kind of interesting, too. I'll take both. Not sure that we're going to hit another shop, so might as well get busy buying. Let's see. Electro here is definitely good. Yeah, sometimes the side hustle, though, it is legitimate work, so you gotta put in hours after you've already worked a long day, and that can be a little bit exhausting, and cuts into family time sometimes, especially after we had the second kid. Just got a little harder to do it. But when the moment's right and the opportunity's there, it doesn't hurt to have a little extra money either to help with kids' activities. We will get more energy here. I want to try to take out at least one of these guys. Lightning orb goes kind of hard here. I'm going to play beam cell first. And we'll take some block, and this guy will go down. Have a nice clear path to defeating the spiker. Is that a spiker? Yeah, spiker. Can we play this? 5 damage? No. That's okay. Get some more powers going. A little more electrodynamics, and there we go. Now the question is, if we hit the teleporter again on one of these events, will we jump to the boss yet again? I mean, for 22 gold, even if the relic is just a mid-tier relic, why not? Can't hurt. Take Seek, for sure. Get Seek Claw. Seek again. Let's get some block in the mix. This guy can put a curse in your deck, I think, which gets a little, don't like that. Don't want to get a curse in a floor fight for no reason if we can avoid it. But we are going to hit this guy quite a few times, so I could see that potentially happening. Okay, did not happen, and 7 damage is nothing, so let's creative AI. Let's get some more powers into our hand. We're going to have 4 energy for 2 turn time, which is kind of nice. Another creative AI. We definitely want to hit this guy. Get him off of curse mode here. 30 damage. Ugh. I think others will share this opinion, but the writhing mass is not one of my favorite fights in this game. I think getting a curse on a floor fight is just a really severe, wow, 48 damage. Severe downside, and there's a lot of randomness associated with this fight. I feel like we might pop a swift potion and try to get an attack. We did get sweeping beam. If we cannot do enough damage, sweeping beam to swap him off of that. Let's see. What power do we get? All right, buffer. There you go. That's good. All right, 22 I think is acceptable. I'm going to avoid using another attack here. And we actually do not need to play defend because we have buffer. So let's get machine learning out there, draw some more cards, and hopefully expedite this fight. This is one of the few fights in Slay the Spire that I really think could use either a rework or maybe just a removal from the game. Most of the other fights I think are generally fair. Not that this isn't like completely unfair, but the randomness of it does bother me. There we go. Let's draw. Right, we can flip him off 48. All right, 15, definitely acceptable. We will use reinforced body and end our turn. Whenever you play a power channel lightning, that seems pretty good. I think we'll just end our turn there. Taking a little damage. Yeah, this guy just gets... He gets tough. Do I want to play... Colorless Potion? I'm going to risk damaging this guy. Alright, 15 is a lot better. You can block that. Throw out Machine Learning, get another Lightning Orb. It may not feel like it right now, but I think we are at we're in the midst of a run that can definitely win. Not guaranteed, but the pieces are there. If I hit him, there's a chance I will get cursed. Let's Capacitor, get another Lightning Orb out there, and we will block the rest of this damage. I'm not going to hit him. I'm not going to risk the curse here. I think we will be able to do enough damage in one turn to finish him off. Okay. There we go. That one just requires quite a bit of thought. I don't think we need to add another attack into our deck. I think we have the attacks we're looking for. Now, do we want to fight this elite or take 2 campfires? I don't think we really need more in the way of relics. Let's just upgrade what we have. I actually think keeping hologram in the mix is not a bad way to go. Let's make cool-headed draw 2. I think drawing 2 helps us for sure. We're trying to speed things up a little bit. Ooh, the bonfire spirits. You happen upon a group of what looks like purple fire spirits dancing around a bonfire. Spirits toss small bones and fragments into the fire, which brilliantly erupt each time. As you approach the spirits, I'll turn to you expectantly. You get a reward based on what we offer. Is there anything in our mix? So the idea here is you can remove a card for free. And usually you get a little something depending on the rarity. If you do a common, I think you get nothing. A rare, which is the blue outline here, I think heals you to full HP. And then are these rare? I guess it would be common, uncommon, and rare is the gold, I guess. So if you offer a gold card, you get max HP and then more HP on top of that. So a permanent buff. Honestly, I'm thinking, like, let's just ditch a Machine Learning. Let's get a little bit of a boon here. So we get a max HP plus 10. You toss an offering into the bonfire, the flames burst, nearly knocking you off your feet as the fire doubles in strength. Spirits dance around you excitedly before merging into your form, filling you with warmth and strength. Max HP up by 10, you are healed to full HP. I think that's a good event for us. Let's keep a hologram around. Hit our last treasure. We will get the Matryoshka bonus here. Potion Belt. Not sure we're going to be able to fill that up. But Mummified Hand, yeah. That looks pretty good for us. It's, when you play a power, a random card in your hand costs 0. Tends to be extremely strong on the defect who likes to play powers. And in our case, we already have quite a few ways to play powers. So I think that's going to be a good get for us. In fact, so good that I'm going to take Creative AI here. Start playing as many powers as we can. And while we're at it, take White Noise. Start making things cost 0. Does Hologram do anything for us here? No. This is not the exhaust one, so we could play it just to do a little more damage, I guess. Although now I can't play All for One, but not that that was going to make a big difference here anyway. All right. I think we're good. 2 creative AIs with Mummified Hand. We should be looking at a shot to win here. Let's throw out our 0-cost beam cells. Probably should have played for All for One there, but let's see. Slow down and think about what we're doing before I get us all killed again. All right, Heat Sinks. When you play a power card, draw a card. Pretty good. As a matter of fact, I think very good. Not sure Hello World is going to be great here, but when we make other things free, I'm okay with it. So with the giant head, the more cards you play, the more damage you do. Trying to play some cards here. And yeah, 3 claws. That's pretty good. Don't need to block. You could make the genetic algorithm get a little stronger. If you take too long to kill this guy, his attacks start to get really vicious really quickly. So we do want to take care of him. I'm looking at this turn, though, and thinking like we have a pretty decent shot to do something here. Let's throw out one of these. We do get free hologram. I think it's not an advisable risk to play Capacitor and hope we hit all for one. Let's just play all for one. Get all of our stuff back. Guy's basically going to be vulnerable for the rest of his existence. Okay. We do have a free pass with our buffer, too. And we're about to get another buffer, so that's good. Let's keep this guy vulnerable. We'll claw. Buffer. Capacitor. Capacitor. Whoop. Capacitor. Defend. How about another beam cell? How about a free sweeping beam? How about a free zap? And we're going to block this damage. We have no energy left. And I'm thinking next turn is a W for us here. Okay. And yeah, there we go. Let's play genetic algorithm. Let's make it, you never know. That might be the difference against the Time Eater. Eternal Feather, one of the better relics. Every 5 cards in your deck, heal 3 HP at a rest site. So that's like a free rest. Second all for one. This is one of those times where you just wonder, is Slay the Spire trying to make me upset the balance of my deck? Or is this just an easy yes? I'm going to take it. I think that's good. I wonder if we can take this guy down. Is there an achievement for killing the transient? Let's find out. Hopefully. So we have a claw. A beam cell. Should have taken our other, well... Yeah, I probably should have taken the other Seek there. Not going to be mad about drawing Seek later on, though. Let's see. We're ramping up nicely here. We got our ornamental fan giving us a little protection. Is definitely good. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Got a couple more turns to take this guy down. Hologram, we can't play all for one again, unfortunately. Can claw again, though. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, we can get our other all for one. Yeah. Nice. Doing some big damage. And we'll play genetic algorithm. All right, I'm gonna say it. I think this deck has a real chance to go the distance. Although now I'm looking at this situation, I'm like, how do we do have the buffer though. Unfortunate timing on the all for one that time. 70 damage. Whew. However. Yeah, we're doing okay. Not gonna kill him, but still. Pretty good showing there. Happy to have a potion for our potion belt. The maw. The maw. The I'll definitely take an all for one. Take our other Seek this time. I think that was a little bit of a misplay against the Transient. I will take a Claw and a Beam Cell, please. On the defect, I tend to think that the best builds are centered around Frost Orbs. You can really kind of become an unkillable tank in many cases. And then on top of the Frost, usually you want to, like, that Capacitor Consume combo can be really strong on the defect, I think. But tower build, definitely viable. I think we're making it work here. Kind of have a mix of a couple things going on, I guess. So we will get to play all these for free, right? Yeah, pretty good. We don't have a buffer, so we'll take... No, we do have Tungsten Rod, so I think this is 0. Yep, very nice. All right. We have plays here. I think you Claw. You all for one. You play all of these again. That's the most satisfying way to play this game. We can't get all for one to pop again, unfortunately. Well, is it impossible? I went for it. Can't blame me for that. Didn't hit, but that's okay. I think we're still going to win this fight. I know there's a couple other cards in the defects pool that seem like they don't really work with anything. Like, is there one that gives you strength and dexterity at the cost of focus? That just seems like horrendous. There's not a lot of use cases, in my opinion, for the defect to have strength and dexterity, really. Let's see. Can we kill this guy here? 15. Yes, we can. In a lot of different ways, actually. Let's see. I'm not going to take another Claw. I think we are at the point where this deck has the juice. All right. Let's see. Electro definitely good here. Let's take our other Seek. How about a Claw? Let's seek out... I'm going to see what happens if I take something that makes more stuff free. Yeah, Electro. Second Electro. Start clawing people. Not even... I don't think this is a think situation. I think this is an easy victory for us. Yeah, we can't hit this guy. That's no penalty. More times to... more stuff to fill our potion slots. Definitely good. They really want me to take those extra claws. I'm telling you. This is a trap. That is a trap. I don't want to do it. We get the tiny chest to pop one more time. No, we didn't. Yes, we did. Yeah, this is a free relic every 4th question mark. So yeah, one last upgrade. Full health. I don't think anything is absolutely critical for us here. I'll keep hologram in the deck, I guess. Not sure that that's even that necessary. All right, let's do it. Now, let's remember, last time we fought this guy, I forgot that his recharge turn, he not only clears debuffs, but he gains half his health back. So let's be mindful of that. We'll take the Seek, and we will take... This is a little bit of a tough call. I think that when we're not going to be able to play a lot of cards, I think we can try the all for one and just plan on flipping him the first turn. I'll take white noise. Okay. Now let's see. We want to creative AI. And we did get hologram. And we are going to be able to flip here. 10, 11, okay. And then we'll claw. I know it looks like we gave him some strength for free. I think getting the claws whipping around is going to be worth it here. I'm trying to save the Blessing of the Forge for a situation where we pull a power that's stronger upgraded. I think we drew Genetic Algorithm at the right time. We can take our colorless potion. We can play that. Okay, or we can just play Apotheosis, which is fine too. I didn't really even look at the other cards there. I know we haven't really taken any colorless cards so far in these in our one last ride runs, but let's see. Yep, we'll just keep clawing. Play genetic. I'll keep the lightning orb, I think. Don't have a way to flip here, though. 4 cards is a little bit lighter than I would like. I don't think it's the end of the world. Although he's not attacking. And we can play these, get some more orb slots. Let's fill another orb slot. Got plenty of cards to bring back with all for one. All right, we are going to flip him here. There's no way we're going to kill him. With that in mind, let's put up some block. So we'll get to play 5 cards. I think that is acceptable. All right, so he's going to... I think we want to flip him here and then let him clear debuffs. So let's get Claw doing something. Keep our claws nice and powerful. We'll pop Machine Learning. I think drawing more cards can only benefit us here. Is there anything better to play? I guess we get a Frost if we play Cool-Headed. Not sure that really matters that much. I'll play it. Actually, I think getting Reinforced Body out of the way is probably not so bad. Okay, we get all for 1. We're going to do a lot of damage with Claw. I think this might be a win here. Let's see. Okay, we get our Beam Cell back. There we go. We will not kill him here, I don't think. 32 damage. Could have played the Strength Potion, I guess. Yeah, 5 cards next turn. I think that's going to do it. Did we win with Claw, guys? I think we win with Claw. All right. Good start with the defect, and we are going to beat our record of 1 in a row. So proud of us. 754 damage. Beat the game with the defect. And as is tradition, I will not cut the video short this time. Let's watch our unlocks. We unlocked Ascension. At least a couple cards, I think. Let's hit unlock. We get Rebound, Equilibrium, and fan favorite Echo Form. And that's not just a fan favorite. That's a good card. Show up in future runs. Proceed. We have lit up all 3 keys. What does it mean? It's a complete mystery. But hey, everybody, thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. It definitely helps me out if you want to see more. But until next time, I'll catch y'all later. See ya.